Thank you for coming. My name is Marie Balolu. I am the Associate Program Director for Global and Spatial Education. Very lucky to be here to tell you all about our, I should actually speak in the mic. Tell you all about our summer 2025 programs. I'm joined today by our outstanding faculty leaders who are in the room right now who will be discussing their programs. So this is an opportunity for you to ask questions to the faculty leaders. They've, ran these programs multiple times in the past. They're super experienced, so we'll have time at the end for questions. So just some housekeeping. I have a recording going on, so we'll keep the questions for the end of the presentation. And then afterwards, we still have the room. We'll have a reception. We have some food in the back. We've ordered some dumplings and some arepas to match the theme of today. So that will be, the buffet will be open towards the end of the session. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and dive right in. I want to make sure to be respectful of everyone's time today. So we've already done introductions, so we'll dive right in. Get this to work. All right, so the agenda for today, I'll do a quick overview of our stats in terms of the application details, timelines, what to do, what not to do, the process, and then I'll pass it over to our faculty leaders to each speak on their programs. We'll tell the faculty leaders for our abroad programs will present, and then our faculty leaders for our domestic business society programs will also present, and then I will close out talking about our partner-led program with our business schools around the world, and then we'll have a Q&A and then the reception. So kicking off in terms of definition, you are all here, so I know you already know what a short-term study away program is, but some helpful reminders: these are academic off-campus courses, which can be domestic or international. They have a condensed format, so these courses don't run for the whole semester. They typically start at the end of the beginning of the semester and end within a few weeks, depending on the program. Usually there's a 7 to 10 day travel if the program is abroad. If the program is domestic, it's typically 4 days on campus. These count towards your GWSB general elective credit, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the elective credits in the other slides. But in terms of the types of programs that you'll have available, they can be classified in 3 different categories. So we have our business and society courses, which are 2 weeks long from start to finish. So from the time you start your virtual sessions to the time you finish your in-person engagement. These courses have a 4-day engagement. So it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all day. But you're not sitting in a classroom from 9 to 5. You're out there in the district meeting with stakeholders and then regrouping on campus for debriefs or meeting speakers here. These programs include 1 to 2 virtual sessions. Of course, they're faculty-led programs. They're typically 3 credits. They're thematically focused on a subject area of business within the DMV area. So these are specific to the DMV area. You're really basically taking advantage of what DC has to offer. So you'll be networking with your fellow DC colleagues, because you'll be in a classroom with graduate students around the school, all interested in this course. And in terms of enrollment, these are self-enrollment. So there's no application needed. Once course registration opens for the summer in March, you'll be able to go in GWeb and register for the course. All the CRNs will be available, so you'll be able to sign up. On the faculty-led program side, so these are faculty-led abroad programs. So these are 6 to 8 weeks from the time you finish. You start the first on-campus session to the time you return and do your final presentations. They typically involve a 7 to 10 day abroad section. They're of course led by one of our GWSB faculty. They include 2 to 6, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, pre-travel sessions. So these are on-campus sessions where you'll have to participate in. There are 3 credits. These could be business immersion or global business project. If it's a global business project, like Professor Nam will talk about, there's going to be a consulting piece included in the course. Your network will be your fellow GW grad and undergraduate students enrolled in the course. And you'll be, of course, networking with industry partners and stakeholders on the ground. These programs do require an application, so you'll have to fill out an application by the deadline, and then you'll be considered for admission. Our partner-led programs are also broad programs. They are 1 to 6 weeks, depending on the program that you choose. They are hosted by our partner institutions. The GWSP has 20 partner institutions around the world. They offer these programs. They run the whole show. All I do is nominate our graduate students. For these programs, there's no sort of pre-departure virtual meetings. Everything happens on the ground. So probably you'll have some readings perhaps due before you arrive, but everything happens when you arrive in the country. In terms of credit weight, they're about 1.5 to 6 credits. They're very immersive in terms of cultural experiences because you're in their classroom taking classes taught by their faculty in their facilities. Your network is actually people from all around the world because you'll be in, similarly, all of our partners have their partner network. And most of them have a lot more partners than GWSP. Many of them have 100, 150 partners. So you'll be in a classroom with business school students from all around the world. And then these programs also have a competitive application that is due February 2nd. All right, where can you go? So here's a flyer for this time around. So the faculty-led programs are open to our undergraduates. The partner-led programs are open to graduate students only, with the exception of 4+1. If you're a 4+1 student, you would qualify for the partner-led programs. Otherwise, that will only be for graduate students. The application closes on February 2nd at 11:59. So if you haven't started already, please make sure to complete your application by that date. Please also make sure not to wait until last minute because there's always technical issues last minute, and we don't work on Sundays, so you will miss your deadline. So make sure to start during the week, so if you have any issues, we can troubleshoot. How to apply, super easy. You can go to our website. You can go to our short-term abroad program section or scan this QR code to have access to the website. So once you get to the website, you will see our list of offerings. So you will see our faculty-led programs, our partner-led programs, and once you click on that hyperlink, it'll send you to a brochure that looks like this. You click on the Apply Now button, and then it will send you to the next screen to open your application. Now, the artificial intelligence and art and practice of business and government relations, those don't need an application. So when you click on the link, it'll show you the description of the course, but there's not going to be an Apply Now button because you don't need an application. So this is what the window will look like when you open an application. You'll enter your username and your password. It's the same as any GW system, so if you're able to log in Blackboard and GWeb, you should be able to log in GW Passport as well. All right, so now we will dive into our faculty-led programs. Before handing it over to our faculty, I'm just going to quickly breeze over what faculty-led programs look like in terms of structure and finance. So these programs are open to graduate and undergraduate students at the school. You'll get a letter grade that impacts your GPA because all of this is basically a regular GPA course. Blackboard will open on April 1st, so that's the first date that you'll have access to the Blackboard page for the course. These, of course, count in your summer 2025 load, so you can expect to have a bill at the beginning of the summer, and the syllabus and itinerary will be provided by the faculty. In terms of finances, you'll see on your e-bill for either the Singapore or Argentina program, a 3-credit tuition due the first day of summer session 1, and then you'll see a program fee of $1,450, and this covers your double occupancy lodging at a hotel, in-country, transit, breakfast, welcome dinner, farewell dinners, as well as other items. And G&E will cover some additional costs for you on the ground. In terms of out-of-pocket expense, so what you can plan and budget for would be your round-trip flight to and from the destination, your personal meals outside of the ones that we provide, airport transfers, how you get to and from the airport, and international data, because you'll need to basically still be connected while you're on the ground. So without further ado, I will pass it over to Professor Nam Fang to tell us about his course to Buenos Aires in Argentina.
Oh, thank you. I will fix the flag and I will send it to my right flag, wrong country. That was the last year, so I'm sorry about that. So, okay, so this year I'm going to take you to Argentina summer. So because we are not cold enough, so I'm taking you to a really cold area. So the partner company will be Hilton, and Hilton we will work for them. And I heard that I have not been there, but I heard that the hotel is located in a very nice neighborhood, very fun, and the history of the hotel is quite amazing. That's what I heard. They told me. So the projects, we don't know yet, but should be related to something like a business development, marketing. And I saved that project topics. So when you get in and you will learn how to form the topic and how to scope out the work with the company. For example, last year, we went to Panama, Hilton. That's what the flag. Wrong country, wrong year. So we worked with them on two projects on the marketing and related to survey. And Sherry Wang went with me last year, and she's kind enough to show up this year so that if you have a question about the Hilton, about the projects, and importantly, maybe about how difficult I am, ask her. So that is the topics. This is the country, the client. And the next one would be, and I have only 5 minutes. I was told I cannot talk too much. This is the schedule of the program. We will travel between June 28th and July 5th. We were debating about that so that because some of you have to work, so we want to take the advantage of the weekend, holiday weekend, so that you don't take off too much work. And before that, we will have 6 sessions in DC so that you will work with me. We will conference the company in Argentina and you will work together. And I will help you to think through the projects, how to finish it in time and in the reasonable way, but also have a good quality so that when you go to apply for a job, you can use that to showcase that your ability to do that. And I'm a big fan of that. We have to create a job program paper for you to go to apply for a job, especially graduate student. So that is our schedule. And if we have to do the survey, then I will help you to do the survey. Like last year, we did a lot of surveys for Hilton. And we will work in here. You will finish quite a bit of the projects. We send it to Hilton. And when you travel to the country, you will work with them to finish the project so that you can have the experience and you learn from the company as well. I am not going to do just academia. This is real life. I apply to real life how to do it. Yeah? Question, problem? So I talk to you after the presentation. Yeah, probably 3 minutes.
Okay. All right, moving on to our second program. Professor Yoon Zhang will talk about the program in Singapore.
All right, my name is B&S. I'm from the accounting department. So this is why this course will have an accounting designation. So don't be scared. I mean, this is not an accounting class, I can assure you. I will never teach deficit credits in this class. So I have done many experiential type of classes before. So I've done, a couple of rounds of consulting-based class. In fact, the first consulting-based class that I did was the MBA, the full-time MBA consulting abroad class in Singapore, but that was in 2020. So we were originally scheduled to go to Singapore and deliver our final consulting, presentations to the clients there. Then pandemic hit, so we ended up doing the whole thing online. And also, I did 3 STAP program before. So I did 2 to mainland China and 1 to Singapore 2 years ago. So long story short, I'm experienced. So why Singapore? Right? Singapore is a very interesting place. So it is located in the heart of Southeast Asia, at the mouth of Malacca Strait, where every year, like 25% of the entire world's traded goods. And it's unique. It's uniquely multiracial and multi-ethnic. 75% of the population is ethnic Chinese, and another 17% Malays, and 7% of the ethnic Indians. All right. It has an extremely vibrant local economy, and also a big community of aspiring entrepreneurs. Interesting in that country, has absolutely no natural resources. To this day, it still depends on neighboring Malaysia for electricity and fresh water. And you can imagine that country when it declared independence after World War II, after the British withdrew from that area. That country was very poor, among the poorest in the world at that time. And later on, it realized that it has to find a partner. So at one time, it sought and achieved a unification or union with neighboring Malaysia. But then several years later, Malaysia thought that it won't gain anything from this union. It thought Singapore would become just a financial burden going forward. So then there was an ugly divorce. So Singapore was basically forced out of this union and had to get independence again. But remarkably, ever since, that country has seen tremendous economic growth. And nowadays, it has one of the highest per capita GDP in the world. And also, in terms of geopolitics, Singapore is a master at managing relations with big powers. It is a close friend to not only the United States, but also China and Australia, and its leaders certainly know how to do a delicate dance between these big players. And also in recent years, China, since 2021, has started sort of like a crackdown on private businesses. As a result, a lot of business elites from China or from Hong Kong, they started to move to Singapore. So especially over recent years, Singapore has seen a tremendous increase in number of immigrants. And it is, in fact, forced to raise the bar for investment-based immigration from $1 million US to $10 million US. And even that, still a lot of people trying to go there. The joke is that almost half of the Chinese investment elites, they are now based in Singapore. Part of the reason why Singapore is very successful is because its government is probably the most pro-business in the world, and also it has a legal system that is on par with the Western countries, and also its government is a bit on the authoritarian side. So as a result, you have a very efficient government system. And it's a mixture of an efficient government system and a pro-business stance, right? And also it has the lowest tax rate in the world. The personal income tax rate is capped at 22%, and business tax is capped at 17%. It has a highly trained labor force. It has, like I said earlier, it has highly meritocratically based immigration system. And also, there are a bunch of world-renowned, world-class universities attracting talents not only locally but also from overseas. And not to mention, it has a very impressive system of infrastructures, such as it has been to one of the best airports in the world is Changi Airport. In fact, Changi Airport is it becomes like a theme park of some sort. There's a Disney movie. So there's a no, not a crazy animation. There's the animation movie. There's animals. Zootopia, right? Zootopia. There's like a scene that's actually based on a waterfall in Changi Airport, and also it has like a ports and a public transportation system. All right. Okay, so this course will be mostly focused on small to medium-sized business. So we're not going to visit a lot of multinationals, right? I've done, a lot of the several sort of those trips for targeting multinationals, but exposed, sort of, I ended up thinking probably we didn't get much out of it, because if you go to multinational big organizations, usually it's like a mid-level manager come out and do a standardized boilerplate presentation. But in contrast, if you visit small, medium-sized business, usually you will interact with the business owner, and the business owner will basically share their successes, and more important and most interestingly, share their failures. There's a lot of back and forth in the interactions if we go to these type of businesses. All right. So here are some pictures that we. From our last trip, all right. So this gentleman is very interesting. So he's a CEO of a family-owned business, all right. So what this business does is that when you renovate your home, suppose you want to paint the walls, usually your painter will show you a bunch of paint cards, right, different colors, right. Chances are those color cards are made by his business, all right. So although it is a small business, but their market share is actually tremendous. And he basically talked about, we were a little surprised. Actually, he's a great presenter and talked about a lot of things that you would never thought of when it comes to family-owned business, right? So, and this is also an interesting visit. This guy here is called Mr. Toilet. He runs a nonprofit organization by promoting and providing free toilets. Surprisingly, 1 billion people in this world, close to 1 billion people in this world, don't have access to toilets. All right, so they have to do their business in the open. So he ran actually United Nations sanctioned NGO, nonprofits, actually providing those toilets to extremely poor places. All right. In terms of the organization of the course, so it's a free credit course, and the travel dates will be between May 30th and June 8th. And we will have 2 in-person sessions before we travel. All right. So these in-person sessions will be held both online and will be held in person, but also will be streamed online. And Marie will be helping us to arrange a visit to the Singapore embassy. And we did that twice before, and they treated us very well, actually. So they usually had a reception for us with quite decent food. All right, so that's it. All right, if you're interested, please come to talk to me or send me an email.
Great, amazing. So moving on to our business and society courses. So just a quick introduction to these courses. These are graduate level courses. So undergraduates could register. It will count towards your unrestricted credit, but it is a graduate level course. So you want to make sure that you're looking at the syllabus to make sure that you can keep up with the course. So as I mentioned earlier, no application is needed. You just enroll through GWAB when course enrollment opens in March. You have, of course, a letter grade. It'll count in your summer 2025 load, and we can provide a syllabus and itinerary for the 4 days closer to the program dates. So kicking off, in terms of finances, so these are regular GWSB courses. So in terms of finances, you can expect a 3-credit tuition and fees due the first day of summer session 1, which is May 19, I believe. And there's no program fee. So I put there out of pocket will be just your Metro card fare because you'll be traveling within the DMV area. And if you're going further away, or we want to arrange a little bit of an easier time, we usually hire a private coach, but you don't have to worry about that. We cover that. So without further ado, our first faculty presenting would be Tomas de Bas, who is actually running several of our programs. He's teaching our CAP program to the UAE this year, and he is also teaching artificial intelligence. So,
thank you. Hey, how are you? Awesome. Hello. I see some tag. So it's hard for me to talk about this. I know I can't compete with Buenos Aires and Singapore in this beautiful city called DC. We'll have an amazing time. Anyway. I've had the pleasure of teaching a couple of courses here, including coming over to Dubai, the STAP Store program. I also did a STAP a couple of years ago. Mary and I went to Austin, Texas, to attend South by Southwest, which I'm doing this year. Anyway, what I want to do is just briefly let you know about this course. So the first thing I want to tell you, this class is not where you learn how to code AI. This is not for it. This is as the course it says itself, it's in business and society, which is we're looking at what are the implications of artificial intelligence and algorithms on business models and its impact on society. You're seeing and hearing a lot of stories about both the competition on the geopolitical side and also just on the company side, how fast the velocity of change in this field is. And what we do in this class is kind of prepare you for that future. Everybody's talking about AI as the future, and if that's the case, what are its business and society implications to it? So this is the second time we're teaching it. Last year we did it. As Marie mentioned, we have an online classes the weekend before that week for 2-3 hours, introductory straight from your home. Then it's a bit intensive, 4 days from Wednesday to Saturday, all day, and we're done. The semester is done. So it's a bit intensive and a bit, in some cases, overwhelming in terms of just the content. However, the overwhelming element of it is the consumption, not necessarily the production of what we do. There is a lot of assignments. You get to write reflections in terms of speakers who came to speak with us. And also there's a kind of a final project, a group project you work on the specific industry's impact, AI's impact on specific industry. So it's very kind of experiential in the learning element. So we had the pleasure of last year, we had Waymo. How many of you heard of Waymo? The self-driving taxi service. So we were lucky. The chief marketing officer is a former colleague of mine, and to a complete coincidence and awesome worked out where Waymo was doing a kind of experiment. What do they call it? A pilot run in DC. So they were able to bring the car, and the Waymo, their representatives came and spoke to the class. And this is in our parking lot somewhere around there, where the students got actually witness the car itself, self-driving, what this means. Sometimes when we think of AI, everyone thinks of generative AI, but AI has been kind of with us for a long time, including in this kind of autonomous cars level. So it's very up, The other thing we did also, we had a lot of speakers. We had a trip to the Hill. We went to Congress, spoke with the AI lead for, at that time, the Speaker of the House, Congressman Jeffries, lead on AI, spoke with us. We also had a trip to the African American Museum on, they had an Afrofuturism exhibit talking about AI biases and hallucinations, what that means to different communities. So it's a very immersive, and the AI element of the other thing we do is we also share with you kind of AI tools that are available. So we share on a daily basis. Have you heard of this app? Have you heard of that? It's just kind of a very collaborative element of it. So that's what this class is all about. We meet Wednesday, the 11th of June, 9 to 6:30 p.m. We never last until 6:30 p.m. It's probably 5 p.m. One of the nights we have a dinner, a social that we do somewhere in this area, but the rest of it, I'm tired of you at that point at 5 o'clock and you're out. So that's what the program is all about, and that's it. Any questions? All right, that's it.
Okay, amazing. Now, our last faculty presenter is Stuart Levy, who will be talking about his course on the art and practice of business government relations.
Thank you so much, Marie. Great to see everyone. How are you? I'm jealous. I want to be a student again. Doing all these amazing programs. So my name is Stuart. I've been teaching here at GW for almost 20 years. Back in the day, pre-pandemic, I used to do a number of study abroad programs, mainly Latin America, Caribbean, focused on customer experience evaluation. We actually also had a program in DC evaluating the Smithsonian Institution museums. That's a lifetime ago, it feels like. This program is coming from something that I discovered being a resident and involved with industry here. I teach, by the way, in entrepreneurship, leadership, as well as hospitality, tourism, and event management. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I went to Destination Capitol Hill. That was through the U.S. Travel Association. And we went to the Hill. Before we did that, we studied up on a number of public policy issues. And we lobbied, basically, we advocated on a number of issues important to the tourism industry. And I thought, what a cool, only in DC type of experience. So this has been on my mind for a while. And fortunately, with Sarah and Marie and with the GND staff, they said, yeah, let's do it. So I think we put together a really neat program this summer here in DC. Just to share a couple of things, and if we have time, about a 3-minute video, terrific. So about the course, and you probably have taken a look online, a little bit about the program, but it's really focused on exploring the aspects and processes of government and business relations. I think it really feels a nice kind of need here, because if you think about it, a lot of industry executives are spending time advocating on issues for the industry. So this is an important subject and topic to really get to know. And the thing that's really cool, even though we're not working with the U.S. Travel Association, we'll be working with the Exhibitions and Conference Alliance. And they focus on professional events, meetings, conferences, and actually convene a number of associations in the field. I was just looking through the list that the VP of ECA, he's actually a GW Business School alum, so he's super interested in working with us. About 180 people, professionals, generally high-ranking professionals, went to the Hill last year for this legislative action day, which you'd be participating in. So not only a great opportunity to learn the art and the skills of advocacy, but to meet a lot of people in the field. You don't have to be focused on events or hospitality. We're just using this as a context, right? To explore government business relations and the focus of advocacy. I'm not going to go through each of these, but they already have their 2025 policy agenda. I don't know, I can't read from the back. My eyes are getting worse and worse. I hope hopefully some of you can see that. Things like enhancing competitiveness through growth-focused tax policies, workforce development, international travel, all of the tourism, hospitality, industries and sector. They're really focused on making it easier for people to come here. So that's a big thing. Your top priorities: tax reform, government policies to attract and train workforce, visa processing times and visa wait times, and reducing or opposing international travel restrictions. Here's a couple of pictures from last year, and if I have time to just show about a 3-minute video. And this is from ACA's 2020
Legislative Action Day on Capitol Hill, where more events industry professionals than ever are ensuring policymakers are hearing us.
We were looking at visa delays. We were looking at opportunities to get the federal government involved with helping us attract and train our next generation workforce.
A lot of people go to conferences but have no idea how they're put together or the impact they have on state economies, city economies.
A day like today really allows us to fact check them a little bit and make sure that they know that there's a community and an industry that's dependent on their voice to get stuff across the finish line for us. The ECA is bringing 2 key bipartisan issues before lawmakers: cutting visa wait times and expanding development opportunities to attract and train our future workforce.
Expanding the Pell Grant to go from just 4-year traditional college education vehicles to now trade skills and certification. I think everybody can get behind that.
Legislative Action Day proves the lobbying power and persistence of the industry.
We were talking about stopping the scams that's hurt our industry, the hotel reservation scams, the email list sale scams. Folks were talking about that on the Hill last year, and then earlier this year, we've got a new rule from the Federal Trade Commission expressly outlined that advocacy works, and it's so important why people show up, come to Washington, D.C., meet with our members of Congress, because we know when we speak together with one voice, this industry can drive fantastic positive change.
We know the power of face-to-face meetings, and so do lawmakers.
The thing that was really kind of cool was that she remembered me from last year and allowed that conversation to extend. She wants it not just yearly, but let's do this more often to be able to forward our cause.
We had an immediate connection when we walked in. And when you're sitting there in that office and seeing them really respond and take notes and feedback to you, also what's passionate, who was in their teams and what they hope to support you on, it just means a lot.
If we hadn't come by, they would have missed the legislation that we were bringing forward that they really did want to support. They had already co-signed 2 of our 4 asks, and they were excited to learn about the other 2 and maybe support those as well.
Meeting with representatives on both sides of the aisle, advocates emphasized the event industry's economic impact.
Over $43 billion worth of business to the state, which is pretty substantial.
The state of Ohio is $7.9 billion annually and employed 50,000 direct jobs.
Big returns that both Democrats and Republicans can support. Nearly all organizations in our industry are small businesses.
A lot of the exhibitors are also small businesses that are coming in and hoping to make connections with a wide number of buyers at the show. Now, one opportunity, and that could be from someone here in the US, that could be from someone in Mexico that's coming to attend the show. It's not limited to just within our own borders.
CNTV is honored to have been a part of Legislative Action Day, but we all know that advocacy is a year-round effort. It's up to you to stay informed and, most of all, be sure that your voice is heard. So come, join our efforts.
Okay, and just to wrap up about program details. So it's at the beginning of the summer, session 1, we'll be having 2 hybrid sessions. And then the following week, we'll be meeting in person, I believe, at dinner on a Wednesday night. And then Thursday, it's over on the Hill. That will be hand in hand with all the professionals of the ECA, going and visiting the staff of Congress. And basically, we'll be prepared and we'll be rehearsing and practicing to go ahead and to kind of make a convincing argument. Part of this is the art of persuasion. So we'll be working on that. And then we'll have class on Friday and Saturday, dealing with a project related, obviously, to public policy issues that we'll be working on. I'm in the way of stopping everyone, I guess, for the reception. So I'll stop now. Looking forward to talking with a lot of you afterwards. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, well, thank you so much to our faculty, and we'll open it up to questions as to have just a few more slides to get through, and then open up the floor for questions. Again, this is the perfect opportunity. Our faculty are here, so ask them questions. And yeah, okay, so moving on to our partner-led program. So I'll be the voice for my partners because they're in different time zones. So obviously they can't be here to tell you about the programs that they have, but I will do my best to represent. So these courses, as I mentioned earlier, are open to graduate students only. 4+1 students can take these courses. Registration in Exchange 0235. So Exchange 0235 will be the placeholder course that will trigger your tuition, but registering in these courses will require a petition to transfer credit. So that means that you can't go on any of these courses without your advisor's approval. So you can't sneak in and go. So you'll need your advisor's approval on that petition. If you want to know more about that petition, how to fill it out, please join one of my focus sessions. I have a session on Wednesday at noon. It's virtual. And in that session, I talk about the petition transfer credit. So these courses do not impact your GPA unless, unlike our faculty-led programs and business society, because only the credits transfer, your GPA does not get impacted. You will need to obtain a passing grade of B or better in order to qualify for a credit transfer. And these courses will count in your summer 2025 load, and they vary in terms of credits. We'll go into each one of them right now. So in terms of finances, you'll see a bill depending on the program you sign up for, anywhere between 1.5 to 6 credits worth of tuition for the summer. In terms of your out-of-pocket expense, you'll be in charge of your paying for the partner fee. So some of them will have a fee, and again, on the next slide, I'll detail which of those partners do have a fee. And then you'll need to plan for your round-trip flight, lodging, meals, transportation, and international data. All right, so kicking off with our summer CBS Summer University. CBS is the Copenhagen Business School. They're located in Denmark. They offer graduate level courses in 3 formats: 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 6 weeks, with corresponding amounts of credits right there. This is an open enrollment type structure, so that means that they'll have a list of courses available in each structure. You get to pick the one that you want to attend, and then sign up for it. The passing grade here would be a 7 out of the grade of 10, which is the grading scale for CBS. I have the overseas dates right there listed on the slide. All of these programs will have the same start date on June 23rd, and then they'll have different end dates depending on which format you sign up for. In terms of finances, there is no program fee for this course, so all of your expenses will be your travel and lodging expenses for your time there. All right, the Business of Luxury program is offered by EDHEC Business School. This is a 2-week-long course for 3 credits. They'll have 2 tracks, fine perfumes and luxury beauty, and luxury hospitality and ultra luxury understanding. Depending on which track you want to focus on, the second week in the program will be the specialization week, so that will basically determine which company visit you go to. Let's see, you'll need a grade of 11 out of 20 to get your credits transferred. There are the dates for the program, June 23rd through July 4th. And it does charge a program fee of 650 euros because they have to basically, budget for welcome dinner, transportation for you in Nice, and a few other items there. And then additionally, out of pocket, you need to budget for your flight, lodging, meals, and transportation. So for this program, there is going to be a 2-step application. So once you're vetted through me, accepted through me, it doesn't mean that you're fully accepted into a program. There's going to be a second round of application through ESSEC, through EDHEC. And then once they approve you, then you'll be good to go. So there's a 2-step application for EDHEC. A couple more things to note about this program and the CBS program. There are limited number of spots. There's only 4 spots available for this program, and CBS only has also 4 spots available. So super competitive. Our third program is the Global Manager in Europe, offered by our partner ESSEC Business School. So ESSEC is in France, but they're located in Cergy-Pontoise, which is 45 minutes out of Paris. EDHEC is located in, they have 2 campuses in Nice and Lille. The program will occur on their Nice campus. Just a distinction right there. This is a 3-week program for 3 credits. They'll look at European geopolitics and economics, management skills in Europe, and some luxury brand management. Also, you need a 11 out of 20 to pass the course. This also requires a 2-step application, so you'll be applying as well through ESSEC once admitted through GW. Overseas dates will be June 23rd to June 11th. They charge a program fee of 800 euros due to them, and that will be for to arrange all the company visits, transportation, group meals while in country, and then your out-of-pocket costs will be flights, lodging, meals, transportation. Global Immersion in Asia. This is a program hosted by our partner, National Shengxi University in Taipei in Taiwan. They offer 2 sessions of this program. There's 1 session running from May 18th to the 24th, and they have a 2nd session in July 27th to the 2nd. So of course, you can't do both because it's the same session. So you want to pick whichever time is appropriate for you, for your schedule, for your employer, and then basically apply for it. So it's a custom program, so it's going to be 8 seminars taught by 7 different faculty members, and then you will basically need a grade of 80 out of 100 in order to pass the class. So there's a program of $500 due to NCCU for the arrangements, and you'll be responsible for your flight, lodging, meals, and transportation. Last but not least is our MBA European Summer Program hosted by WHU. Super excited to talk about them because they are a brand new partner. We just signed an agreement this week. They're located in Germany in Wallendar. They have a campus in Dusseldorf as well, but this program will occur on their campus in Wallendar. They have 3 courses that they're offering. 2 in person, 1 online. So if you're an online MBA and you can't travel, this is actually quite a good opportunity because you're going to be taking super interactive sessions with other MBAs from around the world. In person, there's 2 sessions, May 6th to the 20th and May 11th to the 23rd. Here are some of the topics that they'll be looking at: European trade integration and the euro, competing in European markets, business tax environment, and many, many more. In terms of finances, there's a program fee of 505 euros that covers group transfer from the airport, lunches, welcome reception, company visits. Also give you a local bus ticket, so you'll be able to get around the city. They have housing also available for a really low cost, and your out-of-pocket cost, if you were to do the lodging through them, will be your flight and some meals. So super great program. I have some flyers. I have flyers about all of these programs on the table, so feel free to grab them and ask any questions that you may have. But we're super excited to have these 5 offerings, and we hope that you'll be able to apply to some of them. All right, so some quick reminders before we open it up for questions. You want to apply for all these programs through GW Passport. You can apply to all programs of interest. If you open an application earlier and you try to open more than 3, you may have gotten an error in the system. I fixed that. You should be able to open more than 3 applications. You want to rank all of your applications because we are not you. I'm not in your brain, so I don't know which is your top choice. So if you apply for more than 1, you want to rank them 1, 2, 3. So then that tells the review committee which program is your top choice, which is your second choice, and what is your third choice. Applications will close at 11:59 p.m. on Friday, February 2nd. It is a Sunday. We are out of office starting Friday, 5 p.m. So if you have any technical difficulties, please reach out to us before that so we can troubleshoot. Don't wait till the last minute. All decisions will be released on February 10th. So if you apply for 10 programs, on February 10th, you will have a decision on all 10 of your programs in your inbox. I'm not going to say February 10th at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. It's going to come out at some point on the 10th. You'll get all the decisions. And then from there, you'll have a week to decide which program or programs you want to participate in. And you'll have to make a $350 deposit for each program you would like to take. The $350 is not for me, it is a deposit to yourself for the summer. So the money doesn't come to me, it shows up as a credit on your e-bill for the summer, and it will apply for your summer 2025 charges. So some tips, you want to take your time to review a statement of purpose, especially for those super competitive programs. You want to make sure to tell us, why you're interested in a specific program, why it is a unique opportunity, and why you are a good candidate for these programs. You want to make sure to do your own research, review cost estimates, look up flight, because study abroad does come with an additional cost. So you want to make sure that you set yourself up for success and you do all of your research beforehand. On your schedule, know when you have to leave and come back into country so that you're not missing other summer classes if you are registered for other classes. And then look up different entry requirements for the destination that you're looking for. All right, a few upcoming sessions. These 2 sessions are virtual. I do a deep dive on faculty-led programs. I talk about logistics, structure, where you're staying, how to get there, how to leave, all of those. So I'll cover faculty-led programs tomorrow, 12 to 1 p.m. And then I'll cover partner-led programs on Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. So you can join virtually. These links are available in all the brochures. Just click in and you'll be able to access the room once the session is open. You can follow us on LinkedIn, on Instagram. That's where we post all of our information when we have different events. And of course, check out our website if you want to learn about all of our programs. Email us at sbntl@gw.edu to request an appointment or ask any questions. And we will be more than happy to address all of your questions. So on that note, it is 5:53. Oh, I beat my timeline. The floor is now open to questions. And in seven minutes, we'll open up the buffet as well, so you can grab something to drink and food and ask away. So the floor is open. Feel free to raise your hand, ask any questions that you may have. Yes?
Can I ask a question to?
Yes, of course.
I'm Professor Zhang. I was interested in the Singapore program.
Right.
I'm a first-year MBA student, so we're going to be in Dubai, like in early May, for a couple of weeks. And this program starts obviously in person on May 21st.
Right.
That's like because I was hoping to just stay in that region of the world for like a week.
I think we do have a virtual option, right?
Yeah, you can join virtually. Okay. Yeah, we'll have I think we did the Zoom meetings last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah. And remember for the Singapore program, also keep in mind that it takes like 2 days to get. I mean, if you're in the region, then it will be easier. But if you're leaving from here, it'll take 2 days. So you'll probably have to leave the US on the 29th or the 30th to get done on the 31st.
Yes, Maria.
Yes.
Also, Professor, to you.
Yes.
The question. So my master's program in human resource management.
Right.
So I am appropriate. Can I apply for your, for example, trip? Is it connected with your program because it's about small and medium enterprises,
right.
or is it some connection? So can I visit? Can I go with you?
Oh, absolutely. This program is open to all GWSB.
To all.
Oh, to all.
Yes.
Yes. Not necessarily to international business. It's open to all, like accounting, finance, you name it.
And
Everything.
so as international student,
Right.
so I have to take 3 courses. So it means that the all credits will impact, I mean, on my GPA.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So what about your course? I mean, will it be impact on my GPA?
It will.
Yes, it will.
will.
Yes. Yes.
So it means that I can take 2 online courses, for example, yes? And then
Take mine.
Yeah, so it will be 3. Is it okay, Maria?
You should check with your academic advisor because the summer is different than fall and the spring for international students. But during the fall and the spring, you have to register in 9 credits, but during the summer, it's different. So check with your academic advisor how many credits you can register in the summer, and then go based on that guidance. Yeah. Yeah, it is different for the summer. So you won't have to take 9 credits unless you want to. Yeah. Yes, there was a question before we go back to David. Yes, go ahead.
I'm a graduate student
Mhm.
and I'm interested in the Argentina program.
Mhm.
But the thing is that I'm also international, so I will be needing a visa to go to college.
Yes.
So will you guys be helping me with like any waivers that we need to sign or any application process for the visa, or do you have to do it independently?
Yes, so the application visa is the onus of the student, so you'll be, we're filling out all the paperwork, gathering the documents and going to the embassy. But we will provide support letters for you. So if you need a support letter basically stating that you're, a student enrolled, in School of Business at GW and you've been accepted into the Argentina program, we very often draft those letters, so you just let us know, we draft it and then we send it to you. We also arrange a hotel reservation letter because we booked the hotel, so we'll have that as well. And then some embassies also ask for health insurance, proof of health insurance, you also have that. So we'll be able to provide those three support letters.
Okay, and for the health insurance, is it gonna be the same one that is in the plan for my fee structure in GW, or is it gonna be different?
It will be a different one, because this is travel health insurance, so the company is called GeoBlue. So we enroll all of the participants who are, approved, committed to the program. We enroll everyone, you get a welcome email from GeoBlue, and then it has your coverage for the dates that you'll be in the country.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes. David first. Yes. Go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, $350 deposit, that we have to pay immediately. What happens if we end up getting a summer internship? Is that a non-refundable deposit or what happens?
That is a good question. So yes, the $350 will become non-refundable after February 16, because that's the commitment deadline. I can work with individual students in terms of flexibility because after a certain date, the hotel deposits become unrefundable. So that means when we tell our vendors that we have 16 students going, they're expecting 16 students and we pay for 16 students. So if a student drops out after their deadline, that means we basically owe them some money. Okay. And that's why we usually keep the deposit. And it's at that point that I will pull the deposit off your student account into our account to pay for that deficit. But that date, it's not February 16, you might have some wiggle room there, but it will be before the end of February, because we have to make those payments 100 days before the program departs.
Thank you.
Yes.
I actually have thought about David's question a lot. Because I'm in an internship now, and because most of the trips are around the 4th of July, I've learned from the Career Center that it is rather acceptable to tell internships even now that you are going to be off on those days due to the holiday. So it's not impossible, and I think from what I've been told from others, it's rather common even with an internship to just extend that time.
Yeah, and that's something that we've also heard from students who've taken these programs and had an internship. It is a little bit easier to take off time around the holiday because there's, a lot of workers do take that time off. So that's why we have those programs fall around the holiday. Singapore doesn't fall around, but Singapore is right after Memorial Day weekend. Oh, yes, Olivia.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I work with Marie. I just wanted to add, as we were talking about applying for visas and, if you need a support letter for the health insurance, and I just wanted to add, if you are in that position of needing some of those materials from us, just to make sure to give a few business days for us to get everything together, because sometimes it takes a day or two to get everything together. And if you're an international student, also make sure you apply for your travel signature with that.
Yeah, really good point. Yes, don't drop off on me a day before your appointment saying that you need X, Y, Z. It does take me time to draft those documents, so we need at least 3 business days for us to draft it. So don't email us on a Sunday and expect, us to have everything ready by 9 a.m. Monday. So that's why I gave those tips to on your schedule, do your research, know what you need in advance. You let us know what you need in advance, that way we can get you everything you need. Any other questions? Well, there's still plenty of time for questions because our faculty are still here and there's going to be food in the back there. We have some vegetarian options and some meat options. So Olivia will guide you through what we have. So please feel free to grab some food. Please grab all the food because we don't want any left over. And then, keep asking questions. We're all here to support you and make sure that you have all the information. So thank you for coming to the session, and now head over to the buffet.